Right, treadmill video about bulking. What is bulking? It's basically just eating more calories than your maintenance. And you can find your maintenance by Googling it online. There's a website to find your maintenance. Put in your age, height, weight, all that stuff, and you'll find your maintenance. And all you want to do is basically add about 500, 400 calories on top of that, and you'll put on weight. That's just how it works. If you eat more food, you put on weight. That's, doesn't matter if you're working out or not, you're going to be putting on weight if you're eating more food than your maintenance. And you want to be eating more calories than you're burning as well. A lot of people underestimate how much calories you're actually burning. Like a 15-year-old like me, I burn probably 1,500 calories a day just by breathing. Like, no exercise at all. It's probably 1,500 is probably pushing it, but it's not far off. So you're going to have to be eating a shit ton of food, and it isn't that hard. If I'm going to be honest, I'm currently on 3,000 calories a day. I've just finished my last meal of the day, and I've pushed 3,200. And I've been at work all day. I've ate how many meals? I had breakfast. I had 6 protein pancakes. Lunch, a little my protein meal, and then a meal deal after. And then my third meal was this like just simple chicken burger thing. And I've ate like 200 plus protein, 3,200 calories. Simple as that. Like, you don't need a lot. But why do you actually need that calorie surplus? Like, what are calories? Basically, they're just energy. Calories are energy, and your protein is like your building blocks. And your calories build them. So, you don't need a huge surplus when you're doing bulking. Like, some people only eat like 200 calories more, and they'll still put on weight because you're going over your maintenance, and just how it works. But if you're going like, I know you got bodybuilders like Rich Piana eating like fucking 8,000 calories a day just from pizza and junk food, but you don't need that. You just need a small surplus. It's not like you need to eat so much. But if you're eating too much, well, there is no too much, to be fair. It all depends on your body. I'm going to need more food than a 50 kilo person that's my age. Like, I'm just going off same age because it's more about weight. Weight and height, they're the two that really affect your calorie maintenance more than your age. But I'm going to need more food than him, and because I've got a bigger body, and he's going to need less. His maintenance might only be around 2,000. Mine's around 2,400. Like, it's all about what you are. And you don't, like I said, you don't need a huge surplus, because if you have a huge surplus, you're just going to gain unnecessary fat, and you don't want that at all, really. I don't know one person that wants to be fat in the world. But a lot of people struggle with eating more. And like I said, it's pretty simple. Like, all you need to do to eat more, 3 to 4 meals a day, and you just want to eat calorie dense foods. Like, if you're eating a meal that is mash, peas, and like a bit of chicken, That's not a lot of calories. That's probably like 400, 500 max. But a lot nuts are really high in calories, but they're also high in fats. So it's sort of in between. Do I eat them because they're just piss easy to get down and they're calorie dense, but I also get that extra fat that I have to burn off. But milk's quite high in calories. Like a tip that I would do is I love a Nesquik. Nesquik, so good. Just add a glass of milk with Nesquik to every one of your meals in the day. That's like an extra what? I think a 500 milliliters of milk. It's like something 250 calories. So what is that? 250 times 4. That's like 900 calories. 1,000 calories more. Yeah, that's 1,000 calories. But that, like, it's not like it's bad calories because it's milk. It's quite healthy. Good for your teeth. But yeah, peanut butter as well. Like I said, nuts. That's a calorie dense food. A yogurt bowl with a bit of peanut butter, bit of fruit, bit of granola. Granola is so high in calories. I see people make these like healthy granola bowls online, and they're like, "Oh, it's only 400 calories. I'm cutting. This is like a perfect cutting bowl." Like 100 grams of granola is probably like 400 calories. They're probably putting a bit less than 100 grams, but all ingredients added up, that's more than 400 grams, 400 calories. But yeah, so a yogurt bowl and peanut butter, I would say, is a really good after tea snack just before bed. Fuels you up for tomorrow. Pretty high in calories, depending on how much peanut butter you do. If you don't like peanut butter, well, I'm not a fan of peanut butter. I like every single nut but peanut butter. So I have a mass gainer protein powder. I know this might not apply to everyone else, but I think that's a really good thing to have because you can just slap that in and it's an extra like 200 calories per scoop. A lot of protein powders that you'll buy are lean protein powders, and I have nothing against that. I still have them, but if you really want to put on size and like make a meal that's like this big, like with 1,000 calories or something, that's a cheat code. It's just so good. But another struggle that people have with eating is a lot of you are in school, like me, and breakfast. You can have a massive breakfast. You can have like a 1,000 calorie breakfast, not eat at school, and then have a 1,000 calorie dinner, and you're still basically, depending on your weight, maybe just hitting your maintenance. So what you should I've meal prepping is one of the best things I've done for gaining weight. Like, and it doesn't even take time. I have 2 chicken wraps a day, one at break and one at lunch. So I have these little packets of chicken that you get from Tesco. They're like £2. That's it. And just slap that in 2 wraps, bit of lettuce, bit of mayo. They're like 500 calories put in together, and the chicken's like 7 grams protein. 60, 70, not 6, 7. But yeah, it's just simple stuff like that. And I have a lot of what are they called? Breakfast bars. They're good. They're like 100 calorie a bar, depending on what one you get, obviously. But they're so easy and just quick to eat. I have like 2 a day, and it's like 200 calories, and it takes like 5 minutes to eat, if that. But yeah, they're one of my favorite things to eat. And yeah, if you struggle with hitting your maintenance or surplus of calories, meal prep a lunch for school if you are in school. Obviously, don't meal prep a lunch for school if you're a fully grown adult. But yeah, I had chicken and rice for like a month, and it was big in calories and good in protein, but it's just hard to eat it all in one go. And the wraps are so much easier. It's just about finding what you like. Like, you might not like a wrap, so you don't have to have a wrap, but you might like chicken and rice, and your lunch is probably longer than mine, so you can have that. It's like, find something that you like that's calorie dense, high in protein, because obviously that's the building blocks of your muscles, and yeah, eat that, and that will give you like an extra 600 calories. It's like, depending on what you have. Um, and a lot, like I say, skipping lunch. A lot of beginners make this mistake of skipping meals. I hate it. Why? Like, you cannot skip a meal at all. If you're trying to put on size, if you're cutting down, nothing wrong with that. As long as you're eating enough protein to maintain your build. But skipping a meal is one of the worst things you can do on a bulk. Like, you're losing so many calories, so many like proteins, carbs, fats. You're just not helping yourself at all. Eat even when you're not hungry. Like, I've just finished my dinner. I'm full. I'm so full. So I've gone on cardio, and I'm burning a bit of that off. Like, I don't know how. Oh, it'll show. I've burned 20 calories in 11 minutes. Not a lot, because I'm only walking, but it will still move that food around. And I'll eat a yogurt bowl before I go to bed tonight, even though I've hit my calorie goal. Like, but skipping meals, bad, worst thing you can do. Also, you have to track your meals, all of them. Not even your meals, your snacks as well. Everything you eat has to be tracked. Like, people are bulking and they don't even have a tracking app, and they're not tracking anything. Like, you don't know what you're eating, and tracking just shows you exactly what you're eating, and there's nothing better than that. Because, like, by looking at a food when you're a beginner, you do not know how many calories is in that. You could look at a chicken sandwich and say, that's like 100 calories. It's like 400, roughly, if you get like the meal deal ones. You have like the split in two. Yeah, them ones. They're like 400. But, and you don't have to sacrifice anything to track your calories, because MyFitnessPal is free. So there's no excuse for not tracking your calories. And that, with the maintenance calorie thing, you find that you put how many calories you need in to MyFitnessPal, how much protein. You should be eating around 1.2 grams per pound of weight, I think that is. Or like 1.5 per kilo or something, I don't know. Somewhere around that. I'm eating 200, and I am 160 pounds. So I'm eating like 40 grams more, so yeah, probably around 1.5 per pound, I'd say. And yeah, another mistake people make is comparing yourself to other people. You cannot compare yourself to Sam Sulek or Samson Dowder. They're on steroids. And even if you compare yourself to someone that's not on steroids, you're just bringing yourself down. You're not giving yourself any motivation to keep going and be like, that guy's so much bigger than me, I should just quit. That's not the mindset that you need to have. You need to be like, that guy's really huge. I want to get to that stage of being that big, so I better lock the fuck in. Like, that's how you need to be thinking. You can't be thinking, oh, this guy's massive, How do you do that? I'm just like a rookie. I'm so skinny. Yeah, being skinny is not a problem. Staying skinny is a problem. Being fat is not a problem. Staying fat is a problem. It's all about making changes. Like, and in the gym, you can't be afraid at all. You can't be afraid to go up to someone and say, "Holy shit, you're huge. What are you doing? I need some help." Like, say someone joined your gym at the same time as you, or compare, like if you go to the gym with a friend. I don't. I go by myself every single day, or with my dad. But yeah, if your friend's making so much more progress than you, and you're still like, what the fuck? What's going on? Like, how are you so big? I'm not growing at all. Like, you gotta ask questions. You can't learn if you don't ask questions. That's one thing that I'll always stick by. Not just with the gym, but with school as well. But yeah, you can't compare yourself to voice crack. You can't compare yourself to massive guys that have been in the gym for like 10 years, especially if you're my age, like 15 years old. I just turned 15, and I've been in the gym for like a year. That's most people aren't in the gym till like 18. So if you're already in the gym, like like sort of first teen years, you're already killing it. Like, you're going to be way above them by the time you're their age. But you can't quit as well. Just because someone's better than you, you don't need to quit. You need to sort of form that negativity into, like, I want to do that. Form the negative into a positive. Always look for a positive. Right. Next subject. Training whilst bulking. A lot of people fuck this bit up. And not, but in my opinion, eating is a lot more important than the training. If you're not eating enough, you won't grow. If you're going to failure on every single set, you're doing like 5 sets, every single exercise, you're pushing your body to its literal limit, but you're going home and eating a bowl of cereal after, and then you're done for the day. How do you expect to grow? It's just not going to happen. But you need to keep your workouts simple, in my opinion. There's so much stuff on social media that you'll see that you need to do this exercise, this exercise, this exercise. You need to be doing 20 sets of bicep curls to get massive biceps. I think it's around... How many sets do I do? I'll do 12 sets of biceps every week. Train each muscle group twice per week. Push-pull legs, upper lower. That's the split I'm on right now, and it's working out. It's pretty good. But you don't always have to go to 3 sets as well. 2 sets to complete failure will always beat 3 sets to mild discomfort. Progression over perfection, always. But as long as you are progressive overloading, you will grow. And what I mean by progressive overloading is, the simple term of it is upping the weight, pretty much. But upping the weight to a degree that your form is still half decent or pretty good. And there's many forms of progressive overload. It's not just upping the weight. It could be more reps, upping the weight, obviously, but it also could be improving your form. Breath work, maybe? I don't know. Nah, I wouldn't include breath work. So 3 forms of progressive overload, and you need to be doing all 3. Not hard if you're eating enough, sleeping enough, working hard enough. If, like, a lot of people, when they're training while they're on a bulk, they're like 12, 13, 14, 15. Whoa, whoa. 15 reps. Holy fatigue. I do 6 to 8 on pretty much 6 to 8 to 12 on pretty much all my exercises. You do not need to be doing so many reps. As long as you are pushing yourself to complete failure, you're fine. You will grow. But don't just be like an ego lifter just because you're a scrawny, skinny guy and you want to be like, holy shit, I'm lifting all this weight. Like, you might put a plate on bench and your form literally is like that. You're like that. And it's just going, donk. And that's your bench. That is awful form. Nobody is going to think that's a good bench. Trust me. As much as they see, oh, the weight's fucking one plate and he's like 13, they're going to think, holy shit, this guy's form is awful. What is he doing? Like, good form will always be higher weight. Like, Chris Bumstead, for example. You don't see him benching like 5 plates. 5 plates is a bit much, hold on. 3 plates. I don't think I've ever seen Chris Bumstead bench 3 plates. And it's not because he can't, it's because he prioritises form over weight. And that is how everything should be. If you're doing a heavy weight with a shit form, how do you think you're going to grow? You're not hitting the muscles that you want to. Like, and with form, like, other guys in the gym will help you, hopefully. But that's what I'm like. You need to be like, you can't be afraid to ask. Is my form shit? To some random guy. Like, what should I improve? If he looks like he knows what he's doing. If he's like an 80-year-old just on the treadmill or on the elliptical, just going for like 15 minutes, what? No, he's not the person to ask. But if there's an actual guy with a good build and looks like he knows what he's doing, ask him questions, man. Like, you won't lose a thing. You're only going to gain from that situation. And I feel like that really helps. And a lot of people don't do it. And that's probably why a lot of people don't grow. Basically, training on a bulk, you just want to be progressively overloading, lifting heavy weights with good form, and keep your workout simple. 3 easy things that you need to do. That's all you need to do. Failure is one of the most important things to do as well. Have to achieve failure. Because when you achieve failure, the only place you can go... Wait, no, that's not how it goes. Once you achieve failure, you can only win. Yeah, I think that's how it goes. The Tom Platz leg day, if you know what I'm on about. Recovery. So, recovery is sleeping, rest days, and just chillaxing, really. But rest days are as important as training days, in my opinion. Like, if you're blasting it out in the gym, going to failure, eating enough calories, 220 grams of protein, you're eating enough, you're eating so much that you're like full all the time, and you're pushing hard in the gym, but you're getting 2 hours of sleep every night, you ain't gonna grow. Well, you'll grow a small bit, but most of the time you're just gonna be sore in agony. And at the start you will be. Everyone who starts the gym will be sore in their first few weeks because your body's not used to that amount of intensity. If you're going to failure, obviously. If you're just doing like bicep curls, yeah, done. Like, that's not going to work. You're not going to get sore off that. It's just cardio, basically. But yeah, you need to be sleeping at least 8 hours a night. As much as you want to sit on the game till 2 o'clock in the morning, and play fucking Rocket League, Fortnite, or whatever, if you want to make gains, you got to sleep, because while you're sleeping, that's where the growth happens. Not in the gym, not on the dinner table, in your bed. And I don't see anything wrong with sleep. I don't see why people don't want to sleep. Other than if you have sleep issues, then that's an exception. But sleep's amazing. You get to cuddle up in a nice warm bed with your teddy bears and your pillows. Obviously, get a nice YouTube video on. I watch Sam Sulek every single night. But yeah, that's like heaven. Like, why would you not want to do that? And you get so many benefits off it. And you need to sleep anyway. Like, sleeping isn't just for building muscle. Your mind needs to process shit as well. That's why people in like asylums, when they don't sleep, they just go crazy. You've probably done an all-nighter before. You feel like shit the next day, don't you? Yeah. Like a hangover. If you're really drunk, sleep is the best thing that you can do. Right. Now, a lot of people lose motivation after the first few weeks or even few months. You always have them January, New Year, New Me. Then you'll have as soon as summer starts, you'll see everyone on the treadmills trying to get lean. And then on Christmas, you'll see the guys in the oversized baggy t-shirts fucking blasting shit out for a few months. And then you'll never see them again. You have to stay consistent all year round. You can't just have sections, months off gym, section, month off gym, section. One thing I always say is that consistency beats motivation. Motivation is just that few, like, holy shit, I want to get into the gym. I'm going to get fucking huge this week. I'm going to stick to this. I'm going to stick to this. I'm going to eat this much. I'm going to sleep. I'm going to train fucking so hard. But if that only lasts a week, you're not going to do anything. That's not doing anything to your body. But if that lasts over a month or years, holy shit, you're going to grow like crazy. Like, and you're not going to see progress after 2 workouts. You're not going to hit biceps once and have arms like Lee Priest. Muscle takes months to grow. And I was watching a Jeff Nippard video the other day, and he bulked, and he only gained 12 pounds in a year. 12 pounds of muscle, that is. The other 30 pounds or whatever is probably body fat, depending on how clean or dirty his bulking is. And we'll go through that, not next. Yeah, probably next. We'll go through dirty and clean bulking next. But yeah, muscle takes ages to grow. So you're not going to see progression after probably not even the first few months. Now, I feel like a lot of people just they go up. I'll do it with this hand, so it's like actually thing. They'll go up. This is their motivation, by the way. No progress. No progress. No progress. They'll stop. That's how it is all the time. Not every workout is going to be the best workout of your life. It's like, but as long as you're in that gym and you're working your ass off, what's wrong with that? Like, the only bad workout you can have is the one you didn't do. And that, if you're in there when you don't want to be there, that's discipline. That beats anything. That is perfection. Gold dust. Not many people go that far. You're literally on the verge of throwing up. Or actually, no. Let me take it more seriously. I broke my leg. I'm in a wheelchair. I'm still going to be in the gym doing upper body. My legs are fucked, but my upper body still good to go. So like, there are no excuses, really. Unless you're like literally about to die, which then I'd understand why you wouldn't want to be in the gym. But yeah, not every workout is going to be the best workout of your life. But it's them bad workouts that make you grow. And that's, like I said, that's discipline. Um, about the consistency thing as well. Like, you're not going to make progress in a few months, but you will over time. Simple consistency will always beat rush results. All the time. Right, next subject. Dirty bulking versus clean bulking. What is dirty bulking? I'll give you the definition. Eating everything in sight. It's not bulk. Clean bulking is balancing your diet, not eating a load of shit, eating good whole foods that are packed in good nutrients, but eating a shit ton of them. That is a lean bulk. Doing cardio as well. If you want to stay lean while you're bulking, you got to get on one of these bad boys. I don't do it every day, but like I said, I'm 15. I burn around 1,500 calories just by breathing, if not 1,000. I'm always active. Like, a lot of people think bulking is just eating everything, and like, you don't see fucking Sam Sulek eating 3 Domino's pizzas, 12 Krispy Kreme donuts, and 200 milkshakes in a. I'll take down the 200 milkshakes to like 5. That was a big number because I was going to say in a day. Yeah, you don't see them eating that because they don't. They eat whole foods. One thing I'd recommend is watching a full day of eating of someone that you like, because that just shows you like you don't need to eat shit foods to be big. Like, and if you're eating all that shit food, you're just going to gain unnecessary body fat that you're going to have to burn off in the future. Like, I don't see why you would do that. That lean bulking is superior in every single aspect, other than it takes a lot longer. But does it? Because, well, yeah, let's say we have one guy and another guy. One's dirty bulking, one's lean bulking, and they're training the same, they're sleeping the same, but this guy's eating 5,000 calories a day, same amount of protein. Well, no, 8,000 calories and a lot more protein and carbs and fats. This guy's only eating 400 over his maintenance. They're both going to build the same amount of muscle. But this guy's going to come in 30 pounds heavier in a month. This guy's going to come in 30 pounds lighter than him. Because this guy's just had 30 pounds of body fat on him. And as long like people will say, oh, the scale's fucking flying up. I'm making shit ton of progress. You physically cannot put on 5 pounds of muscle in a month, I think. Oh, no, I think it's a week. You can't put 5 pounds of muscle on. It's either water weight, body fat, or, well, it's one of the two. You cannot put that much muscle on in a week. And people come up to me and they're like, holy shit, I've put on 18 pounds, or I've put on like 10 kilo in like 4 weeks. Like, not muscle though. Just getting fatter. Or just holding a lot of water. Balance really matters when you're bulking. I don't like dirty bulks at all. Like, a lot of people dirty bulk, and I think it's one of the worst things that you can do to your body. But if you want a dirty bulk and you have the discipline to burn that 30 pounds of body fat after, go ahead. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, as long as you're burning it. that's fine. Or if you're going to stay fat, then that's a problem. But yeah, people dirty bulk and then they get to the stage where they're like, holy shit, I'm fucking huge, but I'm really, really fat. And they have to do a shit ton of cardio, cut down so much, and they're like, oh, I can't do this. Like, I cannot do this. And that's where it all just fails. Like, that's where people quit. In my opinion, clean bulking is so much better. Eating whole foods, not so much food that you're going to get fat. Like I said, nuts is a calorie dense food, but they're also high in fats. So it's a questionable debate if you should just be eating nuts if you're trying to lean bulk. Obviously, an excessive amount of them will put you on fat. Will put on fat, but if you're just having like a bag every like 3 days, you shouldn't put on that too much. But fat comes with bulking anyway. Like, you can't bulk without putting on a bit of fat, but it's up to you how much you're going to put on. People will end a bulk and they'll be like, oh, I didn't want to put on like this much fat. It was like, then why'd you eat that much shit food? And they're like, I don't know, I just thought it'd make me big. And you're like, nah. Anything makes you big as long as you're eating a surplus. And you're eating enough protein. And you're sleeping. It's all simple, just building blocks. People stress it so much. So simple though. That's pretty much it for dirty bulking and clean bulking. Right. Little special section for Ruben Miller about creatine and how much it affects your training and how basically effective it is. I'm pretty sure that was the exact question. How effective is creatine? And I think everyone should be on creatine, even if you're not in the gym, because it's been scientifically proven to improve brain function. So even if you're not blasting it out in the gym, you're still going to be like a healthier person and you're going to think better. And maybe that thinking better will lead to going into the gym. I forgot the glass was there. But what creatine is it stores water into your muscles, really, and it gives them an extra energy boost when they're in under high intensity, which means you can push harder in the gym, you can go get higher reps, do heavier weight, but it goes for the same in your brain. I'll just touch the microphone. Your brain's going to be able to produce better thoughts under pressure. It's not just in the gym creatine's for. And a lot of people will go, oh, creatine's like not natural. If you eat a steak, that's probably got milligrams of creatine in it, but surplusing it and actually eating like 5 grams, well, not eating, you don't eat creatine unless you get the gummies, which I think are such a waste of money. I've never had them, but you have to eat like 5 a day and you only get like 30 in a pack. Just get a tub of creatine and dry scoop it every day. You get so much more creatine for so much littler price. They're only selling the gummies because they're like sweets. And people are like, oh, sweets, yeah, I love sweets. Holy shit, they've got creatine in them. I'm going to be jacked. No, it's just, they're one of the worst things you can buy, I think. Like, they're just a waste of money, in my opinion. But, yeah, creatine comes in whole foods like steak. Like, you are probably having creatine already, but if you surplus it, you're going to get better results. It's like protein. Like, if you eat protein, you build muscle. But if you surplus that protein and eat loads of protein, then you can build even more muscle. It's literally as simple as that. And I did a little bit of research on my laptop right now. The average person in the gym that takes creatine for a month has a strength increase by around 10%. So, no downside to that. But you have to make sure you're drinking enough water when you're taking creatine. 2 litres every day. Even if you're not taking creatine, water is one of the best things you can do and drink. I mean, there's no downside to creatine really, unless you're not drinking enough, and then I think it causes liver damage. But I think that's only if you like. They probably tested that on a rat that didn't drink water for like 10 days. Just drink enough, take it. There's no downsides to it. It's really effective. Helps you build muscle, more rep range, better energy in the gym. It's just amazing. But it is not a cheat code. It or a shortcut, whatever you want to call it. It is not any of that. It is literally just a little boost. It's like a pre-workout. A pre-workout fueled by water. That's how I'll put it. So it's not shortcut to gains. If you have creatine and don't go to the gym, don't eat enough, don't sleep enough, like, you're not going to make gains. You probably might be in a better mood, but you're not going to make gains. You have to, like I say, building blocks. You have to build everything on top of each other and until it becomes all one big house. Say this brick is protein, this brick is carbs, this brick is sleep. When you add enough bricks together, you make a house. And that house is basically your good physique. And I think with creatine, you get, the scales might say, I've put on 10 pounds this week, but most of it is water weight because that's what creatine does. It holds water in your muscles. But it has been scientifically proven that it does increase muscle growth over a period of time, like a long period of time. Not long as in like centuries, in like months. I mean, like 5 months probably, around that time. But yeah, creatine, amazing, really effective, no downsides to it. You should take it. It is the most scientifically researched supplement in the world, I'm pretty sure. So there's a lot of studies. Also, a little question from Brandon. Why do I shits hurt so much while I'm bulking? It's because you're eating a lot, my friend. The more you eat, the more you shit. You'll know once you've eaten too much because you'll shit like 4 times a day. I think I've had like 3 today. Maybe another one tonight. But I shit a lot anyway. But yeah, it may hurt because that's not down to bulking. That's just poor fibre. And more fibre. Eat an apple and your shit might not hurt. So, if you want to bulk, all you have to do is eat a shit ton of food that's in your calorie surplus, sleep a lot, train really, really hard in the gym, take your creatine if you want to, and keep a good mindset. That's all you need to do. No skipping meals, track everything. Every single little thing. Even if it's a carton of orange juice, track it. Like, there's nothing wrong with tracking your foods. It'll add up. You're probably eating a lot less than you're thinking. And you'll find that out. So that's pretty much how you bulk. That's everything that I have written down. I don't know what my next video will be. I think I might do a cut-in video. But I've never cut. So we'll have to see. I don't know. I don't know a lot about cutting. So I'll do a bit of research. Ooh, that was disgusting. I'll do a bit of research and I'll probably do a cut-in video tomorrow. Bye-bye.